Well, it's time to put the blocky flats into the layout. This part here will be getting a bit of scenery added to it at a later date, and also the tree, it's a bit bare, so I'll improve on that. So I'll take it off and I'll drill a hole through the back end first for the cable to go down. To hold in temporarily, I've got the blue tack on it. I'll stick the cable down the hole. So with my layout, these drawers just slide out without too much hassle. So that's the cable there. I'll take all the tap it right across here and I'll put it into the board up here. This board just simply unclips and it swings down so we can put it on top of it. So this is one of the control panel boards. I've got a DCC Next, I've got a 5V bus, I've got a 12V bus, I've also got a relay bank here as well. So I'll take you over to the PC and I'll show you the wiring of the DCC Next and using the relay to power up the model. This is a little 5V relay. Now on my board I have a bank of 4 relays here, but this is just to make things a little simpler to explain. I always use a 5V relay when I'm using my DCC Next. It makes it a bit easier to switch it across. You can use a 12V, but I haven't had much success with the 12V relays. So basically, inside the relay is a coil. When you switch your coil on, it switches the relay across. So this now would be on here. If you switch the relay on, this part here becomes on. So the common one goes to 12V power supply. Plus, the second one goes to the random light relay board. So the relay board, the 12V goes to the relay, and the 0V goes to the 0V on the bus. On my layout, I've got a 12V bus and a 0V bus, with the two of them being tied together. In other words, it doesn't matter if you put your 5V or 12V bus as long as it goes to the 0V side. Inside the relay, it's got to have power as well. You've got 5V, you've got your 0V, and then you've got your one going to the DCC Next. Do check your relay board drawn for what pin does what. Basically, inside here, a little bit circuitry, and when the DCC goes high, it switches the relay on, switching it on the random lights. I'll take you over to the layout, and we'll show you the layout wiring as we go on. So there we have it, folks. The pink wire goes from port 13 into the DCC relay. The relay is supplied with 5V power supply, and under the relay there's one goes to the common goes to the 12V bus, and the other one goes to the relay. There's a little problem. You see the DCC Next light, it's a bit intermittent, so I really need to look at these fins here. Also got a problem as well with the board here as well. It's gave up the ghost, so I'm going to replace that. I've programmed the DCC Next under port 13. I'll put it in there, port 13. And it is inverted as well. It's a steady state accessory decoder. That means it comes on when it's on and it stays on until you switch it off. So if I escape that, so if I press the DCC controller, switch it on, you'll see it switch on. I'll take you over to the DCC controller and I'll show you how I set up the ECOS as well. So there we have it. This is the ECOS controller done through a VNC controller, a viewer I should say. It's very handy to have. I go to my settings. Very hard to see the mouse in this one here. I do apologise, folks. Go to settings, click on the flats here. There we have it. I've called it flats lights, and I'll give it address 62 as well. So I'll click OK for that. I want you to see it switch on and off as well. I'll switch it on, switch it off. Quite neat. So I've done the lights there, and now I can turn the lights on. All of this flash, and then they start to work. It is on a fast rate for the random lights now. I will turn that down at a later date. It's just a little demo here. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you again sometime. Cheers.